Take one.
Better not take more than one take.
Oh, we usually do it 3 times.
We do a dry run?
Yeah. And then we say the same jokes, and then we do it again to really get...
Yeah, work on your material. You know?
Yeah.
It's ad-libbed the first time.
Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the Still Unnamed podcast. I'm Azim.
Oh, hi, I'm Bernie.
That's Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick.
He's our guest.
Oh,
Yeah,
and Steve's
Steve.
on a different camera
Come
today.
over here.
Whoa. Weird.
You see me looking this way? It's because I'm looking at them.
It's because he's over there for
It
us.
might be confusing, but it's not that confusing.
I also have a monitor that we can use too.
Oh,
Not as big as this.
we don't really even need the monitor.
What if it was a monitor lizard?
But the monitor
You
can
know,
I think
float.
we've
funny
made that
enough,
joke before.
That's a recurring topic, is the monitor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Is the
Yeah,
table still
it
there
is.
bigger after he does? Or is he doing it?
It's actually Schman Schmippoli's,
Oh.
but I'm sure it'll stay.
His monitor lizard?
No, the table. It's not my brother's table, it's his friend's table.
No, what I'm saying, I could get nothing, and then we could get another stand for the monitor. We got
They also
this.
sell tables exactly like this at Target. Also, we didn't even used to use this table. We used a different table, which technically he's also taking because that's definitely his table.
Yeah, but no, we got other thing. We got stuff. I got stuff we can use.
Yeah.
I'll build some stuff.
Big things happening in the studio.
I'll get my carpentry on.
Speaking of tables,
Yeah.
we'll soon be playing a
Oh.
tabletop game. You guys know Dungeons and Dragons? That's a tabletop game. But we're not playing Dungeons and Dragons because they want everyone's money. They're like trying to get it from all the other people. We're playing a different game.
Yeah.
But we'll be posting that not on this channel, but we'll link the other channel. We'll probably make another. Do you want to just put on this? We'll put on this one.
You could do a different
I'd
playlist.
say it's a different. Yeah.
Different, yeah. We'll just do a different
But it's
section.
going to have a different name? I don't know.
We'll have a name for it, but it'll still be on the Still Unnamed podcast.
Still
channel.
ungamed.
Oh.
Ooh.
This guy's making names for games.
Naming gaming.
He's
That's why he's
gaming
the
names.
gaming master.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's me.
That's Nick.
He's the
I'm-
master of the game.
I'm gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
the game master for that. By the way, who is Nick? Nick is Steve's brother. That's why he's here.
Yes.
Why are you talking yourself in the third person?
Why are you telling
Oh,
the third
Because no one said it.
Yeah, no one said who Nick is yet.
Well, we haven't got to
Oh,
that
yeah,
point
You're
yet.
not just my brother. You also have many other great traits.
I mean,
That's why
sure.
That's why you're the guest on the podcast.
I didn't know that was a later segment where there's a formal introduction. I thought that would have happened
Yeah,
sooner.
that should have
Oh, yeah.
happened earlier on.
I'll put this at the beginning and then we'll loop back so they don't make
That's
sense.
confusing.
Can't edit
It'll
that.
be fine.
No, we just let the people jump in, and they're like, "Oh, they feel comfortable," and then they're like, "Oh, wait, oh, that's who that is."
So
Yeah.
in
They got to do the table talk
Just
before
put in-
that.
Table talk, tabletop.
just put in a little caption that's like, "Oh, jump to 8 minutes in or however long in, so
Okay,
you can see who
here we
Nick
go.
is, and then go back."
Welcome to the Still Unnamed
Take two.
podcast.
Told you, 10 takes.
Told you, it takes
This is
10.
never a one take.
Welcome.
Hi, welcome. This is Nick, our guest, Steve's brother, and person and master of the games. And
Yeah.
I don't know how to do introductions.
I'm a
What's your title?
master.
Ooh,
I got a master's in philosophy,
that's true.
master of games, master of not baiting, no fap for life.
Hey,
All right.
Not for life.
for a while.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to, or else you can't walk.
Yeah. You gotta let it out once a year.
More than once a year.
Oh yeah, once a year was the problem.
More like,
Once a year, and you end up in the doctors, and they tell your parents what happened.
and you wake up, you're
Once
like,
a year and you're in the clear.
Oh,
I think you have to tell that story now because that's
all right.
Yeah.
I knew a guy in high school or middle school. I think high school. And I found out after the fact. He told us that he, no fap for over a year. And then I guess after a year, he's like, it's time. So he went ahead and did it. But then when he got up, he just fell over. And he was on the floor, like he couldn't get up.
Like his legs were numb.
Like his legs gave out. And he was worried, so he like pulled his pants back up and he called for his parents because he couldn't walk. He thought something happened. So he goes to the doctor and the doctor asked him what happened. He's honest with his doctor. He's like, I hadn't done it for a year. Then I did. And yeah. And the doctor just laughs at him and goes, oh, well, eventually, it'll come. You'll get your feeling back. But then the doctor, when the parents came in, told them exactly what happened. He's like, yeah, so your son was, and then yeah.
You think that's where like we have a friend whose mom would say that if you have sex, your legs get weaker.
Oh,
Is that
it
where
might
this
be true.
like wives' tale comes from?
It might be.
It's connected for sure. At this point, more than enough evidence that it's at least possible.
Yeah.
We were thinking that it makes your squat go down, but what she means is you might just lose all leg function.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like because he waited so long, or if it's just like a chance.
I think it's because he waited too long. His body, it like went into shock. It wasn't prepared for the.
So more
feeling.
than once a year, you
Yeah.
gotta.
But that was the doctor's advice to him, right? Like you gotta clear it out
At
every
least
so often.
once a month, I would think.
Okay.
Once
That's what the doctor said, or
No,
that's what you think?
I'm just guessing. I'm not a doctor. I don't got a PhD.
Oh.
Don't believe me. Don't take any of this as pure medical advice. Ask your doctor how often you should be cleaning out the
Yeah,
pipe.
please ask your doctor next time.
Yeah.
It won't be awkward. It's what doctors are there for. They might tell your parents, but
You know how those Viagra commercials, they're like, oh, ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Ask your doctor if your legs are healthy enough to jerk off.
If you have diabetes and you have no feeling in your legs anyway, I guess it doesn't matter how much you jerk off
it's a
or
superpower.
how long you wait.
Yeah.
But there's probably a difference between like loss of feeling and like not being able to
Like paralysis,
stand.
almost.
Yeah. So yeah, this week's theme is model planes. No, I'm kidding. It's not model planes.
Like a plane that's like a model, like a sexy plane.
I've seen those pictures on the internet.
Oh,
Oh no.
there's
I
pictures
thought-
of everything on the internet.
Once upon a time, I used to go on 4chan a lot back when I was in high school. And there was a subgenre of posts where there were guys that would post pictures of like fighter planes, but like they have boobs and faces. Like almost like cars from Cars. Like they're anthropomorphized planes.
Like that movie Planes.
They weren't like
Oh, yeah, more like that.
Like that movie.
But they were more humanoid than in planes. Like, and that just
Oh.
had like eyes and a mouth.
Mhm.
These ones had that and also like arms and butts and boobies.
But were they look like planes, not like anime girls.
Like they got wings.
yeah.
They got like, like landing gears and missiles and shit.
They had some nice landing gear, I bet.
You're like, what was this? Where was this exactly? No.
Yeah. That's disgusting. Where?
I mean, it was on 4chan like 10 years ago. Who knows?
Oh, it's gone now.
Disappeared. You guys seen some weird stuff on the internet?
You don't know. I've never seen anything weird on the internet.
All
It's
normal
pretty
things. It's
regu-
because I asked my parents before I check out websites,
Oh, yeah.
and they kept me safe.
Yeah.
You gotta ask them before you go online.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a website like Nickelodeon.com, you gotta be sure.
Yeah. Ask your
Especially that one because the commercial tells you to do that.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, all your websites you gotta check.
parents. Yeah.
You gotta be like, hey mom, can I go on RedTube? I mean,
And she'll be like, oh, yeah, that sounds fine. She doesn't know. How would your parents know
Sounds like
what's
YouTube.
good and what's
It
not?
sounds like YouTube.
Yeah.
So they must just have videos.
Yeah, it does.
Speaking of fetishes,
Oh no, this
That's a
episode.
great start.
This episode's already getting.
I
Well,
want
the
to
algorithm's going to love us. Go on about your fetishes.
talk about feet.
Oh no.
Celebrity feet?
Well, we did discuss this earlier that apparently that's a website that exists where there's a ranking of celebrity feet, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I have this theory. This is what happens when you study philosophy. You waste your time thinking about nonsense. And one of the flavors of nonsense I like to think, or not like to think about, I have thought about. See, it's making me sound like I'm like really into feet. I'm not.
You're into the idea of people into
No.
feet.
I don't know why people are into feet.
It's more of like you're disturbed.
I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, what causes this?
You're trying to analyze the root of
I want to figure it out.
Yeah.
And there are, I think, two causes. The first cause is like the practical reason as to why people are into feet, which I think is like they had some kind of foot related experience in their formative years with their junk or something. That's my guess. It's like
Maybe.
why that it happens with people. Dave Chappelle said this on in one of his stand-up routines
Mhm.
that that happened to him. Some lady touched his junk when he was like a teenager with her foot. And that's
Oh,
how it all started. But my thought was, might there be an evolutionary psychology explanation for this?
like an advantage to feet.
Yeah. Well, humans are bipedal.
Mhm.
That makes us unique. But and the thought is that the reason for that evolutionary adaptation is purely environmental. That for some environmental reason, having feet that are conducive to bipedalism is an advantage. But I thought, what if sexual selection is also in play? And weird dudes with foot fetishes are the reason why humans are bipedal, in part. Because they were going after ladies with cute feet that don't look like monkey hands.
That's true. They wanted feet that were different than hands.
That's a good point. Because
Yeah.
we've got way different feet than like monkeys and chimpanzees and stuff.
Yeah.
And how gross would it be if ladies had hands for feet?
Hey, I think those guys would like it more.
You think
Yeah.
so?
You would think.
4 hands is better than.
Maybe my theory's backwards.
Yeah.
they're the reason we're still closely related to chimpanzees.
Yeah.
Like on the internet, they even call nowadays they call feet grippers.
What?
I seen it.
Ones
on
with
the
long
internet.
toes?
Yeah, grippers.
Oh, they can curl them and grab an object.
So
But is that the standard foot fetish, or is that like a subgroup of a subgroup?
maybe, huh?
That's a subgroup of a subgroup.
You got a point.
I'm thinking, on the whole, the types of feet guys are into, they would probably describe as cute. And I'm thinking
No.
cute feet are not grippers.
Mm.
Guys
I
that
would put that
are
on a shirt.
like guys that are really into feet.
Yeah.
They like nasty, like dirty feet. Like they're like, oh, I bet those soles are dirty and like weird shit like
but that's
that.
only like an attribute on top of the shape and function.
You know what?
No.
Maybe the dirty feet still could support the bipedalism thing.
Oh yeah, because they walk a lot.
Because they walk on those feet.
Yeah.
Mm.
Those
If they're
feet are
swinging
being
around from
used.
their arms in trees, they're not getting those feet dirty.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Dirty
Someone
feet.
should do a proper study on this.
I want.
I think you're onto
I
something.
think this calls for research.
Yeah.
This is just conjecture.
Yeah.
I bet you
But-
can get a grant to study this.
There's probably someone with enough money that
Universities,
wants to-
please.
Ask
Yeah.
what's his name? The director. What's Tarantino.
Quintino.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he should make a
He'll
documentary on
fund
this.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He'll
got money.
make
He
the
likes feet.
documentary.
Him and get the other guy that we can't talk about.
Oh, the director of those Nickelodeon shows?
Yeah, don't talk about him. But yeah,
Okay.
You can't talk about him?
I don't know. I guess you can, but I'm scared.
Why? What's going
Nickelodeon's
to
got
happen
too
if we
much
talk
power.
about him? We're going to get slime dumped on us right now
Yeah, we'll get slimed.
Can you do
They
that?
just have the ability. You'll be walking home
and just slime.
and you'll get slimed from a helicopter.
You know, slime's perfectly safe to eat though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gets dumped on people all the time. So they were like, we have to make this healthy. Or not healthy, but like
Edible.
Food
edible.
safe, yeah.
It's actually the most nutritious
It
meal.
is. Dude, it's oatmeal, applesauce, and something else.
Vanilla pudding, right?
cornstarch?
Yeah, vanilla pudding.
Oh.
That sounds kind of good.
And
Yeah.
green,
Meal apple
And
sauce.
greenhouse paint. No, food coloring.
greenhouse
I want to go back through the Nickelodeon like episodes and see if someone's like,
Mm.
"Oh, it's good." And they just keep eating it.
Yeah. They're like, hey, stop eating the slime.
Da 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 da. I'm eating it.
Like if it was in the 80s, they would have put like asbestos powder in there to thicken it up. But
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This was the 90s, so
Like
they
a-
weren't doing
This
that.
is like Nickelodeon.
That's what it's like. Have you heard the theory that plastic is the new asbestos?
Yeah. People's microplastic, it's all bad for you.
I've seen those memes of like a grandparent and then a like boomer and then like a younger person, like a Gen Z or millennial, and they're all like acknowledging each other. And then it says the grandparent with asbestos poisoning, the boomer with lead poisoning, and the Gen Z or millennial with microplastics.
Hmm.
And they're all like acknowledging each other for being poisoned by industry.
Mm.
At least we're slowly getting better. Maybe.
Microplastics?
I mean, are they just replacing the thing that's bad?
Yeah.
It's just getting
We're
different,
just using a different thing.
different bad.
Yeah.
Except this one will last longer.
Yeah, that's
Than
true.
lead?
Yeah, we can't. I mean, you have to fix the whole plastic problem to get rid of microplastics.
I mean, lead
Yeah.
will stay in your body forever, which I guess microplastics do
Yeah.
also.
but you can take the lead out of the house, and
And then it won't be in the
solved.
environment anymore. Yeah.
That's true. There's lead removal. Microplastic's super hard to remove. They're solving it though. They have like bacteria and stuff that can eat plastic and like chemicals that can dissolve microplastic.
Do they work when they're in your body though?
No, it's for like cleaning out water systems
So we're
before
fucked.
it gets into you. Yeah.
What if I eat all the plastic and I'll just be the sacrifice?
Oh.
I'll just be 100% microplastic.
A sin eater.
Yeah, like you died for our sins. You
But
just
I'll
take
eat all the whole plastic, all of them.
Plastic Christ.
It's like that movie The Green Mile where he like takes in people's sin. You just take in their microplastics.
They should just be able. What if you had it once a week, get vacuumed out all your microplastics?
Yeah, that'd be good. They'll figure it out one
They
day.
run your blood through it, and then the
It's like
bacteria
dialysis?
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's onto it. They're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Not us though.
No.
Magnets.
Mm.
How do they work?
They don't.
No one knows to this day.
The insane clown posse doesn't
That's
know.
true.
No, they don't.
And they're the pinnacle of scientific research. I bet they know why people are in defeat.
Yeah.
Probably
seem like
do.
they'd be in
They
defeat.
would at least have a few ideas.
Yeah.
They could add to the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I say weirdo with respect.
If you like feet, that's your own thing, though. We have to disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm a weirdo too, but for other reasons that I won't disclose.
But they're not feet related.
Yeah, not that. There are other reasons.
he collects Legos. I'm just trying to attack a big group of people.
Mm.
I freaking hate Legos.
Yeah,
Especially when you step on them, they hurt.
Nah,
There's no foot fetish
What's your
videos
least
of
favorite
that.
thing about Legos?
the fan base.
Oh,
Dang.
Yeah, that's right.
He's attacking everyone.
He got you.
I hate how the small blocks are really hard to separate with
That's
your
the
fingers.
pain too.
The really small ones.
Yeah, even
I
with
wish they
a
made a
tool.
better sound when you pulled them apart.
They go,
and stuck them together.
Like,
Yeah,
I wish they made the clown noise. Like,
What about you?
Just make
What's your least
Velcro
favorite
Legos.
thing about Legos? Fernando?
me?
I said that with hate. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
is
know
it?
why.
because he
Frick is
loves
your least
Legos so
favorite
much, he
thing?
doesn't hate anything about them.
Yeah, I don't know what. Nah,
He
I don't know.
loves Legos.
I like Legos. Yeah.
You actually yeah, you do?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
collect
Yeah.
them.
Do you have any
I don't
collectible
collect-
sets?
No,
Mm.
I got rid of I had a bunch of stuff, but I gave them to somebody.
I have
else.
anything I hate.
They're gone.
Okay.
About Legos?
Yeah, when you
Go.
lose one piece and then the whole set is ruined.
Oh, dude, I
'Cause
hate
I'm
when you
too-
lose one piece.
I'm too likely to lose it.
Why is it? Because it's from like 1,000 pieces.
1,001 pieces
Yeah, and then you
One
can't build
piece
it.
They're
from
making fun of me for
1,000
watching One Piece.
episodes.
because I've watched 170 episodes in like 2 months.
I watched that in a couple days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been watching it on 2 times speed recently. So
You still get it all?
2 times speed, Jesus.
yeah, as long I can't multitask and listen to it on 2 times. It takes my full
Mm.
attention.
Like, what's that? Zzz.
Yeah. You
So
have
not
to-
while you're driving.
there's no subtitles either, so
Oh,
subtitle 2 times speed, no subtitles is pretty rough.
The action sequences must be a blur.
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes I'll lower it to 1.5.
If it was 2 times speed with subtitles, would you be able to read it fast enough, or would they go?
Yeah, I think so. It's like it would help if it was at least in English.
it's not in
No.
English.
No,
No subs, Japanese?
Japanese no subs. I'm just like getting the general story.
Here we go. I guess we're finding out what's going on in this one.
I'm like,
Alright,
oh,
episode
that's what they were
3.
talking about.
I guess someone died in the last one.
You think you would learn Japanese by the end of the 1,043 episodes?
For sure, not at double speed, but
That,
Yeah.
At single
one and a,
speed?
even half speed, you could do it. You'd get it the whole.
1.5 speed.
No, half speed.
That's too slow.
Then you can learn the language better.
I don't think you'd understand what they're saying at half speed.
Nah.
I
think
think
you would
unless you
need-
tried to speak Japanese too, you'd only just understand it.
Yeah, you wouldn't practice your pronunciation.
You have to guess what the next character is going to say in Japanese.
You have
What?
to find a Japanese person and talk to them about One Piece.
Yeah.
There you go.
You get a pen pal and we're like, have you seen One
We
Piece?
all watch One Piece in Japanese.
hmm
No
And then we
subti-
talk
and then
about
we
it.
talk about it.
In
There you go.
Japanese with each
Well,
other.
Yes, the
No.
blind leading the blind. It'll
Yeah.
be perfect.
No one will actually correct anything. We'll make a new language.
Yeah, like you'll say like konnichiwa at night and no one will say that that's good morning.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just like, oh, that's a greeting.
Yeah.
But we all think that's what it means.
Yeah.
If you could learn a second language, what would you learn?
Binary.
Ooh.
I'd be a robot or a computer man.
So programming languages are allowed?
No, I'm gonna
It's a
say-
language.
Dude, that's like saying like math's.
So like a natural language.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I like finish out Spanish or go Japanese?
I think
No, wait. What lingo?
But yeah, that'd be cool.
my thought would be what's the language that is from a society where someone's the least likely to speak English? Because like if it's like German or something,
They
that's a
speak-
waste because they almost all speak English.
You
Yeah.
have to be like some remote tribal.
Nah, like Arabic or or
Oh.
Russian or something.
Yeah.
Where they don't speak English.
Yeah,
Eastern European.
Yeah.
that's my thought. Or like some kind of like one of the Chinese languages.
Yeah.
Mandarin, since it's popular.
Yeah, because a billion people speak it. So statistically, you're going to run into somebody that knows it.
If I had to pick one though, I'd pick Arabic.
Yeah.
So like I could flex on Habibis.
Mm.
I feel like I would learn like some really like off the wall language, like one that is not that common but is way different than English. Latin would be.
I was thinking that too, like an
That's
academic kind of dead language,
It'd be good to know
like
for
Latin or ancient Greek or
Aramaic.
Sanskrit or something.
But yeah, what if you're the only person that spoke like
Ancient Egyptian,
yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Learn sign language.
Old English,
Yeah.
and
Sign
Beowulf
language.
shit.
What's something that needs
Language
to
is
be
pretty good.
translated? Because then
Oh.
that
Oh, freaking like Mayan,
yeah, something that they don't know how to read yet.
ancient Mayan.
And if you're imagine being fluent in it, you'd have so much value.
Yeah.
There's some people that are kind of fluent in
You
it.
can get it
Yeah.
done.
That's not ancient Mayan though. They
Oh, not
speak
ancient.
like Quiche or whatever, right?
No, there's some like in the there's like the hill old language that use the old language. Yeah.
That's cool.
You know what? Whatever the hell is they spoke in Minoan Crete. I believe that script is untranslated.
Oh, and then there's
Ooh.
lots of artifacts from there, right?
Yeah.
You can get
Be
a
a fancy
low-paying job at a
archaeologist.
museum. Just being the guy.
No, but
that
if you're the
translates.
only guy that knows it, they'll need like
You can get a medium page.
Isn't also
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
like
because it's not like they have money to pay people. Like they don't have.
that's
you know,
kind of true.
Like Warren Buffett's not going to be funding this.
Just whatever they want you to be their translator for some rich person.
Yeah.
wasn't that like Mesopotamia or something where they have not Mesopotamia but like the old ruins. They
Are we
found?
talking like the ancient human stuff?
Like
Yeah.
Gobekli Tepe, like
There we
whatever they
go.
spoke there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just be like, oh,
Don't they have like
Yeah.
and
they have-
everyone's gonna be like, whoa.
like what is this guy saying? He's speaking Atlantean.
Yeah, Atlantean. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
Whatever aliens touch Earth first, I want to know what their language.
No.
They're
Does it
gonna be
have to
like
be a human language?
Yeah,
no.
dolphin.
Dolphin.
Oh, that'd be sick. Dolphin or whale, dude, you'd
Crow?
be set.
That would be way cooler.
Yeah.
How are they talking to
I'm
the
gonna go with bottlenose dolphin. SeaWorld dialect.
dude? See what the dialect? Wait, West Coast or East Coast?
Good point. West Coast is closer to me.
All slow.
Just go to San Diego and be like, "What's up?"
What if like you go to Starbucks and you start ordering a dolphin because your brain's in that mode,
Mm.
and then you're like, oh sorry, and then you start speaking English. They're like, oh
They'd be like, oh, this guy's weird.
They're like,
Weirder than our average customer.
sorry, speaking
Might kick me
dolphin.
yeah.
Yeah, sure, dolphin.
Like sorry, that's my first language.
Yeah,
I was raised with a
Yeah,
dolphin.
I'd speak dolphin and I'd teach them not to abuse people. That's their tendency.
I'd be like, here's math. This is calculus.
Oh, no, you can't make them too powerful.
they're
Oh.
like,
You give them prosthetic arms and then you teach them scientific method.
And how to build a harpoon gun.
You know what? That's a good point. We could make prosthetic limbs for animals that don't have thumbs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's no reason we can't.
I
Totally
think
good.
that's what Elon Musk is going to do with Neuralink. He's going to give them appendages they can control.
Fuck.
Imagine a chimpanzee coming at you with its arm
Fuck.
and then titanium arms underneath. You're done.
Like so
a dog,
swirled.
Yeah.
a dog chimpanzee,
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
They'd be swinging through the trees with 4 arms.
They'd be so fast.
and they have like 6 limbs. Dude.
Yeah, their feet are hands
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. They're grippers.
Jeez.
No one ever mentions animal enhancements when people talk about cyberpunk settings.
Think about a rhino with
They
like
could make
armor
them smart
plating.
too, probably. Think of the
Yeah.
neurological implants.
You know, that's the first cyborg is going to be an animal because they're going to test it on them before they test it on people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They killed all those rats already,
sure.
right? At Neuralink?
It's gonna be a rat
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
and then probably like a rhesus monkey,
Yeah.
then a human.
That's going to be a trip when they fix their brains to be like human brains with the technology.
Yeah. It's just going to be some guy having a conversation with a monkey.
You're like, ugh. Why is he
Just
staring
goes,
so intently at that
food,
monkey?
Food.
Yeah.
That's like what's the Pixar movie Up
Yeah.
with the dogs?
yeah.
It'll be
Oh,
just
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Squirrel. Imagine if you had something to translate your dogs. They're just like, hey,
Pet
what's
me.
up? Hey,
They get annoying so
Hey,
fast.
hey.
This is different, right? We're talking
Something
about
outside.
improving their cognitive
Hey.
function. Like, what if they start
Yeah.
to ask existential questions?
Oh no.
oh,
Why did you give me the ability to think?
why?
I was free from suffering until now.
Ignorance was bliss. You have damned me to eternal suffering in life.
Oh, it's like what Adam said to God.
Yeah.
He's like, "Urgh."
You like take your dogs for walks and he's like this same place. Like they're just mad. They're-
Yeah. Oh, here
All
we
the
go
stuff
again.
that like they love and would like they start hating.
Yeah. It'd be like You're like, oh, have to go to work, have to do this, the same thing with the dog. They're like, here's my routine. This is the rest of my life.
Would you let your dog get a job if it
Yeah.
was smart?
Yeah, I would make it get a job.
You would have to pay rent.
Yeah.
Hey, you can talk. You better get one of the telemarketer jobs. Here's a laptop, buddy.
Oh, I'd
No
still
one-
give it a dog job, like a rescue dog or like drug sniffing or something.
No, it
Nah,
ain't.
dude, I'm gonna make this dog
It's
do
too
work
smart.
from
Too smart
home.
now.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be like, all right, do you want 3
I-
biscuits or like you want to return it or would you like to do customer service? Just imagine
Teach
how my
it-
dog talks.
Teach it to analyze like stock trends or like forex and like make it a day trader.
Dude,
No one knows you're a dog when you're on the internet.
Dogs would be really good greeters at like Chick-fil-A or Walmart. Or
Welcome.
Hey,
Then you can pet them too, even though they're smart.
oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
He's
All
like, don't
right,
patronize
something.
me.
They'd still like that.
Yeah.
behind the ear. Oh yeah,
They tell you where they want to be scratched. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a little
They
too.
get a little weird.
Yeah.
Can you stop, please? Thank you.
They can talk to you. They're like, oh yeah, I like that.
That's
No.
too hard. They're like,
I'm realizing this whole conversation is an episode of Rick and Morty.
Is it?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The dog one?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
are my testicles?
where are my
Yeah,
balls?
you're right.
Summer?
It's kinda...
Where are my balls?
But we're taking those guys got like a little radical really quick. We're saying like, what if they just became part of society?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dog's like they just
Yeah.
part. You know, they're doing the dog thing.
Oh, they did get like robot enhancements too. They were.
Mhm.
You know what job they'd be bad at?
What?
Newspaper boy.
Mm,
They'd run after it after they threw it.
it's true.
Yeah, they
chew
couldn't
it
get
up.
rid of those instincts.
They'd run and grab it and be like,
Every time. Control yourself.
But they still
You're supposed
chase
to leave it
their
on the
tail.
porch, bro.
they'd be like, drop it, and then they'd let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Go put it back now. Oh yeah, I just
Yeah, they would. I think their natural instincts, like you said, like chasing your tail.
Yeah.
They would do it, like chasing things, licking their butts.
Like, nice ass.
Well, yeah, when they sniff everybody, it's uncomfortable. It'd be even more uncomfortable.
Yeah, they'd make commentary.
They'd be like, "Oh, you've been eating asparagus."
hi.
Like, you better jerk off soon. It's been a while.
You don't want to
Your
lose
legs
your
are
legs.
gonna go numb.
It's been a year.
I don't smell any smeg.
They're disappointed.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be super uncomfortable. It's already awkward, like when your friend's dog comes up and sniffs your butt.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you had tacos yesterday.
Yeah. It'd be really accurate.
Yeah. You're like, how does he know?
Who was the one who got their like the dog shoved their nose right up someone's butt? You're like, what?
All the time, dude.
Or it's like,
You
you,
know,
go,
it's
They're at that height.
you go somewhere, you interact with another dog, and then your dog smells you, and they're like, "Who was that bitch?"
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the correct word.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I feel like dogs would say it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
who
Their
the
fuck
words
was
to
that?
use
Yeah.
it.
We can't use it after once they learn to talk, we can't use that word anymore.
No.
Yeah, like today, I went home after interacting with your dog, Steve.
Yeah.
And then the dogs across the street from me were barking at me. They don't normally bark at me, but they were because I was interacting with your dog earlier.
Oh yeah.
They're like, hey,
And they would
Hey.
have said, they would have talked shit if they could speak.
Mm.
you
Yeah.
smell different. You smell different. Hey, you over here. Hey, look at us. Hey.
Come here
Hey.
so we can smell you.
Hey,
Yeah.
come here.
They could probably smell like exactly what type of dog it is too.
Yeah, they know his name, probably.
And the breed. Yeah, the name.
You hanging out with Mac?
That'd
Little
be
husky?
scary.
Yeah.
They definitely know more than us, like observation wise.
Yeah.
Like they're not much smart as us right now, but if they become it, they'd be better.
Yeah, because at least we trade our lack of good senses for our intelligence.
Yeah, but
they
they
had both.
Yeah, it's too good.
Do you
No.
think they would fall for the same follies as man and just be like on iPads all day and shit?
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. My head dogs watch TV.
Yeah, mine too.
I was like, what the hell?
They would get jobs and then pay other dogs to lick their balls.
First thing they would do.
Yeah.
My
The
dog
oldest
had a
profession.
job.
They'd trade stocks and then
Yeah.
get somebody else. They have servant dogs.
Yeah.
Now, what if cats were intelligent? We'd be fucked.
Oh yeah.
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 They'd kill us all.
Oh yeah, for sure. Day one.
Or would they keep us around to feed them and stuff?
No.
No.
They might keep us around as slaves.
A
Yeah.
couple of people, but I think they'd kill most people.
Yeah.
They probably keep dogs around as slaves.
Maybe.
And not even humans.
But wait,
Take
is
us out
it
of the
just
equation.
domestic cats or all cats?
I'm talking domestic cats. 'Cause I imagine that would happen first.
It'd be hard to wrangle all the feral cats and make them smart.
Well, you mean like non-domestic cat
yeah,
felines?
I mean
Like, cougars and
big.
jaguars.
yeah,
and
big-
Oh,
stuff?
I mean that's
Right.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine them like super smart. He was like, oh, wait a second, we're where now? Hunt them down.
Yeah.
They already like killing people, I think.
Yeah.
domestic cats
Tigers
like
do.
murder as well.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
are too small to do it
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah, but they'll murder anything they can.
Yeah. They're like elements of chaos. They break things. They do whatever they want. Like,
They're like, check this out.
and people are like, so cute. I'll bring it into my house.
oh meow, let me break your cup, meow.
They probably weaponize toxoplasmosis as well.
Yeah. Well, they already did. That's why people bring cats into their houses.
But I'm saying if they were intelligent, they'd like infect people
Are
with
you talking about the
or-
pheromone that makes
It-
the
cat
bacteria.
people like
Yeah,
cats?
It's a parasite that they have
Oh,
that
Yeah.
they give to rats and people, and it makes them love cats.
that's kind of.
Do people also?
Yeah.
That's why pregnant women shouldn't be around kitty litter.
Oh wow.
Why?
because they'll get it from their poop. It's in their poop.
Yeah,
And then it'll hurt the baby, or the baby
Yeah.
will like cats.
it's bad for the baby because it's still developing. Like
It's
it
not
could-
toxic to an adult, but it's toxic to a fetus.
Dang.
but it probably makes adults like cats.
It definitely does. It also makes people more likely to take risky behaviors.
Yeah,
Well, that's why I like hot sauce.
Like, there has been a study on people that get into motorcycle crashes, and people that have toxoplasmosis are more likely to get in a motorcycle crash
And it's from cats.
from cats.
Wow,
yeah.
that's
Crazy.
crazy.
That's like the crazy cat lady trope is based on a real thing. It's based on
But you don't see those ladies taking skydiving and stuff.
Because they're old.
Oh, young cat ladies like to skydive.
They probably do.
They're all.
But it's-
people raised by crazy cat ladies.
Mm,
They become daredevils.
that makes sense. What's the name?
Evil Knievel.
Evil Knievel's mom had 30 cats.
Spoilers.
She's also the lady from Puss in Boots. They're the same.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
his
Mama
mom.
Luna.
Yeah, it's his
Mama
mom.
Luna.
That's why she's with the cats, is because her son's always doing crazy things,
That makes sense.
and vice
Evil
versa.
Knievel?
It's an endless loop.
Did she
Um,
have a son?
No, I'm just
Okay.
making this up. I don't think his mom might have had a cat, but I don't think she had 30.
Hmm.
Who, Mama Luna?
How many cats is too many cats?
Four.
I was
Dude,
gonna say
Four
three.
is too many? I think three's too many.
Three, so yeah. With dogs, two is enough. I know I have two dogs. I would not. Three seems like it'd be a lot. Like they'd gang up on me. Especially if they're big dogs,
Yeah.
you're done.
3 regular cats, it's too much chaos in your house. Like everything's gonna be getting
You
destroyed.
You can't have a base.
No.
No way. Or like
A base?
a
Vase.
Oh.
A vase.
of I'll say
Let's see.
I thought you were saying a base. Like, you can't have a base of operations. It belongs
No.
to the cats now.
that's true. It's
Yeah,
their
you
base
couldn't.
now.
It would be the cat's house. No matter
Yeah.
how many humans lived in that house, 3
The cats
cats, it's the
own it.
cat's house.
They go meow. Wow. Thank you
Two's
for this
max.
meow.
Yeah.
Two even seems like you're pushing it.
Two's
'cause
good, though.
They'll
'cause-
keep each other
yeah.
company,
Oh.
but they'll also egg each other on to do horrible. Like keeping each other company isn't like dogs where they're calm. Like the cats would both be running around, knocking shit over and being wild.
and fighting. Daring each other to jump over shit.
Yeah.
Talking about cats and dogs. We had a cat named Morph and a dog named Lady. And like Morph would hit Lady. She was smaller when came to the house when we adopted her. And Morph was bigger. And like one day she figured out, she's like, oh wait, I'm bigger than this cat. So you can like I saw them like going at it. I saw him, he's a punker, right? So he went up to smack her. And then I saw it like change. And I was like looking. And then dude, she just turned around, snapped, and he's like, oh no. Face got. Oh shit, he learned his lesson. She like ran off. I had to like grab her, like throw him out the house, and like have her throw her out in the backyard.
You ever seen Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry?
Who?
Tom?
Are those your neighbors?
No, the cat and the dog. I mean, the cat and the dog. The mouse.
Cat and the mouse.
So,
Oh.
yeah.
What
They're
about
the
Mouse and the
dogs
cat?
in that one, and they don't like each other either.
But does the dog chase the cat?
Yes, and then the cat chases the mouse.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Are the dog and the mouse friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
They sometimes they fist bump it.
Did you know that the cat and the mouse are friends in
Yes.
Tom and Jerry?
That's crazy.
I
heard
learned
that.
this recently.
Yeah.
What?
That Tom and Jerry are actually friends. That's why Tom never catches Jerry.
Yeah.
He's just pretending to chase Jerry. That way his owner is satisfied and thinks he's being a good cat.
Mm-hmm. But he doesn't get him because they're
'Cause-
friends.
Because if
Yeah.
he gets them, then the owner's gonna get rid of him, huh?
No, and he kills his friend.
He doesn't want to kill his friend, but he
Mhm.
also wants to be a good cat and not
Yeah.
get kicked out.
I get you.
The dog actually is an enemy of Tom.
But Jerry and the dog are friends, no?
Right. He's friends with everyone.
Jerry does way too much physical violence to his friend Tom.
Yeah.
He should just tone it down a little.
How come he carries such big things if he's so small?
Rat strength.
Toon Force.
Makes sense. Plot armor?
Yeah. Also, I think every animal is just proportionately stronger than a human.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, we traded our strength muscles for fine motor control.
That's why we have motorcycles.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
so we can control motors.
They're fine.
Yeah, the fine motors I like to control are those airplanes I was talking about earlier.
Mm,
Oh no.
that's fine.
Nice throwback, but now I'm sad.
Mm.
I gotta respect the throwback though.
Mhm.
Full circle.
He threw it back real hard.
So did the plane.
Reverse
Full circle.
thrusters.
Talk about helicopters.
That's the worst part. The planes have thrusters.
Yeah, and they can reverse thrust.
Yeah.
Then the
I
plane.
don't want to talk about the planes anymore.
No.
Now I want to talk about hyenas.
You want to talk about
Oh
helicopters?
no, I know where this is going.
No, I don't. Please enlighten me.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Okay.
Grippers.
We're talking about speaking of grippers and reverse thrusters.
Does it have to do with their genitalia?
Yes.
Okay, I think I remember.
Dude, does
enough.
this need to be discussed?
I don't want to know the exact details. I remember enough to know
okay.
that I don't want to know.
Do it.
Look it up on Animal Planet or
Yeah,
something.
there you go.
Yeah, you know what?
I thought you were gonna say Animal Crossing. I'm so glad you said Animal Planet.
Yeah, the hyena characters. Ooh.
Let's just
Yeah. It's also I think it's because not a lot of good movies came out.
True.
Burn movies.
There
I
has been a
mean,
lot of garbo.
Isn't it like
For movies.
when did that
On
come out? In
DVDs?
December or January?
I think December.
Oh, okay. That means it could have been a good movie. Usually good movies don't come out in January.
Hmm.
Pretty slow season for movies.
Good. Why did the Puss in Boots come out in January?
That
Did it
came
come-
out Christmas.
Oh, that's why.
We
It's a
saw
good
it
movie.
late.
It's a good movie.
It is a good
Yeah.
movie.
You watched Megan yet?
No, I heard it's like refreshingly decent.
Yeah, I won't spoil that one.
I heard that.
It's
Yeah.
bad but good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's a satire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like
It's like how to make a child's play satire well,
Yeah.
right?
basically.
Mhm.
Even though like Chucky's kind of comedic, this is like even more.
Right. And it's not as demonic either.
No.
It's just AI creepy instead of demons creepy. Which I mean, what's the difference?
Right.
Well, even the new Child's Play's technology creepy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
The-
a smart
The remake.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Newer stuff.
AI is a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, we can talk about AI with you. You like AI.
I do like AI.
We've talked about AI before a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think's the end result of AI? Do you think they're gonna come get us Terminator style?
Not Terminator style, but I do think it's going to be weaponized by government. That's for sure.
It makes sense.
Use it for coordinating military efforts. I don't see why you wouldn't use it for stuff like that.
Have you seen the what's it the company that makes big robots?
Boston
Boston
Dynamics?
Dynamics.
Yeah, you seen Boston Dynamics robot do like a side flip?
Yeah, I've seen the one that does like parkour. And stuff.
That's crazy.
So you're saying you think government's going to weaponize it? Do you think it's going to grow beyond the control of government eventually? Like they're going to weaponize it and then it's going to get too smart and turn against the government?
Well, I want to be precise here.
Because they're listening.
Sure. But I don't think an actual general AI is possible where it's a silicone chip copy of like a human consciousness, like where it's actually like thinking and
Mhm.
creatively making its own decisions.
Mhm.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think like machines will ever be conscious.
Mhm.
But I do think AI will become such a powerful tool that people will use it for all sorts of awful stuff
Okay.
that we won't see until it happens, I guess. But I guess it is possible that could make an AI that machine learnings itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
To
a
do
word,
that,
right?
Becomes, yeah, like machine learning is essentially meaning it's like an iterative process where you select for behaviors that you want in an
Mhm.
algorithm.
Yeah.
And then you can make the algorithm more and more specialized for a task. There's one that taught a computer to play Mario.
It's basically you teach it what are mistakes and then it learns from its mistakes, right?
Right. Like what's bad, what's good.
Yeah,
Like do more of this, do less of that.
right.
But you have to program in those constraints of what's good and what's bad. So
Right.
Slippery slope.
yeah, if you program it badly, it's going to learn bad habits.
Hmm. But I mean, it's totally possible.
And then if
Right.
you give it access to certain things, that are powerful, it could be bad for people.
Yeah, I mean like weapons.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if you got like a robot with a pistol or
Right.
nuclear bomb.
Dude, if they're strong, a stick. You
I'm
know?
sorry?
If the robots are strong, a stick is dangerous.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know,
Like imagine an army of robots with just like a sturdy stick. You're
Mhm.
done.
yeah, but I'm not even worried about like machines
Hmm.
as much as I'm worried about
Like software AI.
That can like launch missiles.
not even that, just like messing up supply chains and
Traffic lights.
yeah, things like that, like causing disruption,
Just to infrastructure.
chaos, yeah, to infrastructure.
I get you.
I'm also worried about people over relying on AI and then some sort of infrastructure collapse happening for a different reason. And then a great dark age happening as a
Well-
result.
We always talk about how like even with just the internet, you don't need to remember things.
Yeah.
So imagine like once everyone just uses this open AI or what's it called Chat GPT
Yeah, or the better version of
for
that in the future.
everything, and then you just never learn anything for real.
Yeah.
You just learn how to use the software.
Yeah,
The
that's
slippery slope that started with writing.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
basically.
When
For-
people didn't have to memorize all the stories and knowledge.
Yeah, there's a term for this in philosophy. They call it external cognition,
Hmm.
where you're externalizing your thoughts and your ideas. Writing is the first form of that.
Hmm.
And as people created more advanced like information recording methods like computers and so on, we've externalized more and more of our cognition. And then the debate is over whether externalizing your cognition limits your internal cognition.
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, the easiest example for me is like how many phone numbers I remember now
Oh, yeah.
compared to before I had a smartphone.
The same number, the same phone numbers.
Yeah, I
No, I knew
remember
more.
all the numbers from before I had a cell phone still.
I forgot a few.
But
But-
it's hard to remember new ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I knew someone's phone number, but they got a new phone.
Yeah.
And now I don't know their phone number.
I know like 4 numbers. off
I
the top
used
of
to
my
know a
head.
lot more though.
Yeah.
I used to know at least like 10 or 15 relevant phone numbers.
That's because you had to dial them every time, but now
Exactly.
you type it in once and
Mhm.
that's it.
Yeah.
And you forget it.
You've externalized that cognition. You don't need to do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you take steroids, your balls stop working
Mm.
because it doesn't need to produce testosterone anymore. So the balls shrink.
If you
Perhaps the brain shrinks if you externalize too much cognition.
don't use it.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
But then the
You should
areas
have
of
told
the-
that to your friend with his legs.
Oh
Yeah.
no, use your legs or leg.
Use your Piperdue or else your legs turn to glue. Welcome.
That's good.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm kind of worried for the future in that sense.
Mhm.
Not that I mean they'll be fine as long as the AI works.
Yeah.
As long as whatever software they're using, they'll be okay. But it's the minute it stops working,
Yeah.
it's like how
Yeah.
old people are like, "You kids with your GPS don't know how to find anything," and it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
I don't know where shit is.
I can only
No.
get to like my house. That's it.
Yeah.
I can go to a few places, but not very far from here.
Pretty
And
much.
I wouldn't be very good at using a map to guide myself.
Yeah,
No.
because it's an unfamiliar tool.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You're kind of right though. Writing all downhill from there.
That's where it started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, even like Socrates criticized this.
Yeah.
Socrates didn't write anything down. We don't have any of Socrates' writings. His students wrote
Mhm.
things down, like Plato. He wrote stuff down about what Socrates said.
What if you made it up?
Plato probably made some of it up and used Socrates as a character
Yeah.
to just illustrate his own philosophy.
Yeah. Or it's like the appeal to authority where he's like, you don't know who I am, but you like Socrates. So Socrates said this.
For sure, that was the case. But it is true that Socrates existed.
Yeah.
And he didn't write anything down. And according to Plato, and there are other people that wrote about Socrates. Or Xenophon? I don't remember. But Socrates did say that he doesn't like how the kids these days, back in 300 BC,
Yeah.
the
Our
kids these
ancestors?
days,
Yeah, I
yeah,
heard about that.
back then, they're like, yeah, the kids these days write shit down and they're stupid.
Mm.
They don't know how to talk. They should work out their ideas by talking instead of by writing them down.
Was he also talking about society, how bad it was? And
Yeah,
the looting
they're
and
all
all that?
degenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it's
all
like all
these
the-
kids, they just go and watch dramas and comedies and plays all day. They're
Yeah.
glued to it 8 hours a day, just
Lit-
sitting in front
Yeah,
of
they
plays.
listen to dance music.
No, but if you read it, it seems like someone's talking about modern days, but he's talking about back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there are always the old generation criticizing the young.
Yeah.
These darn kids and their Roman numerals.
Back in my day, we did tally marks and it was fine.
Yeah.
But though that's a trope, is it true that we've been getting progressively dumber? I think so.
Yeah.
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 I remember one of my history teachers in middle school, he'd always make fun of us because he was an old man, and he would be
The
like,
boomer?
he was a boomer.
Like legit, like born in that era? Or is he like early Gen X or something?
Early Gen X, probably.
I think it's two. There's two split. There's like the more like, well, maybe three. The more who are like not so bright, the mid or like a moderate, and then like the bright ones. But there's gonna be a flying split soon, like where there's like the more smarter and more less intelligent,
mean-
as we say.
Do you mean within a generation? Or
No,
when
what?
you're comparing the generations?
Within a generation.
Oh, yeah, there's the end of each. But you're saying the middle's going to disappear and there's just going to be more dumb and more smart people?
No, those always be middle.
Oh, okay.
When
What do
you're
you
saying
mean?
the percentages change. Like there
Yeah.
are always smart people, but the
Yeah.
percentage of
The-
smart people's
the-
going down.
yeah.
And the percentage
Oh.
of dumb people's going up.
Yeah,
But there are
basic-
still smart people.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Yeah.
idiocracy.
Right.
Yeah. I think
Although in that movie, it got to the point where even the smartest person was not very smart by modern standards.
Yeah. I think people are just getting too like complacent with what they have to learn. Like learning is what poor people do. Like all those people trying to get a better life in third world countries are studying, but we don't need to do that. We have like you can be not rich but still be fine. Like you have a cell phone and Netflix and YouTube and you're good. You don't need to like better yourself. Like studying is what you do, like reading and stuff. That's what you do when you don't have screens. Yeah, they read books.
But yeah, you don't have to like learn certain, like back in the day, they would learn lots of like skills, like navigation and like stuff just because they didn't.
They had to learn
Yeah.
broad topics.
Yeah, or like just like general survival skills,
You'd learn-
agriculture,
Yeah.
herbalism.
Yeah.
All that stuff was pretty common knowledge. And if you go back to like pre-civilized people, they had a lot of skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like making tools, making rope, making fabrics.
Now
Also-
people they're learning shit, but it's shit that doesn't matter. Like people know like what the Kardashians and the Real Housewives are doing. Like they have all that knowledge. They're not dumb. They just know that shit.
Yeah, it's wasted. It's basically Brave New World, where it recognizes that everyone's able to hold a lot of information, but it really matters what's the focus. And the more people are focused on base level entertainment type things that especially have messages that aren't uplifting, the dumber they get. Those are more like the C&D people from Brave New World.
Yeah.
You know, like if someone says, I'm ready, because they're about to be ready to do something, and then another person responds like, I'm ready, like from SpongeBob, that means they're brainwashed and they're like low tier.
Their brain's full of.
Their brain's
memes.
full of nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way. Well, I was gonna say what my teacher told me in middle school is because we were learning his history class, and he would say if you think you're smart because you've read books and like you're in school whatever, and you like can pull up stuff on the internet. He's like, but if you get dropped off on an island, you're way worse off than somebody from 1200 or whatever.
Yeah. We don't have those raw survival skills. We're too
Yeah.
used to modern conveniences.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, where's the Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Attention span's really bad too.
Yeah.
That's really getting affected.
Because then you can't learn once your attention span's so low.
Right.
Yeah. Like I worked and still work as a substitute teacher in high school. And especially post COVID, I've noticed kids' attention spans have gotten a lot worse because their screen time has just gone way up.
Yeah.
Especially during COVID, but afterwards too. The lingering effects in Gen Zs and Alphas.
It's like not COVID itself, but like the COVID changed mindsets almost.
Yeah,
like
just
it
because
kinda-
they spent so much time indoors.
it builds up habits. and
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
And I tell them that the most important skill you can learn in school is how to focus. All the content that you're focusing on isn't as important as the actual ability to focus that you develop by focusing on different types of content. But you don't need to know like specific science facts or math facts or history facts. They just give that to you as like something to study, but it's the skill, like the meta skill of studying itself, that I think is the most important.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's actually really good advice to tell the kids.
That's true. Yeah.
Do they ever like, oh, you're right?
I don't think it. I do think that it's kind of lost on them sometimes.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll think of it later on and be
I
like,
hope
oh.
so. I hope it
Yeah.
resonates. But I told them, like, yeah, math is boring or whatever, and I agree. It is boring, and it's actually not super useful for most situations out in the world.
Yeah.
But it teaches you to focus, and it teaches you problem solving, and it teaches you how to work with something until you figure it out.
You know, I think math's really good for teaching you to get past being frustrated.
Mm.
Because I feel like a lot of people get frustrated learning math,
Yeah.
and then they get mad and they're like, I hate math.
Yep.
But if you
That
push
happened to me as a kid.
Yeah, me too. I mean, especially throughout, I think everybody who takes math
Yeah.
at some point feels that way.
Like you get
Sure.
that level and you're like, oh, is this? Yeah, I can't figure this out.
But then if you work through it and get past that frustration, I think that's a big skill to learn.
That's true.
You're like nobody at your until they know math knows it. So it's like the process builds up focus, not just focus, but like perseverance.
Perseverance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's important. And you don't learn that in the same way as like you would in a humanities type course.
Yeah.
You might learn focus
Yeah.
and how to be more articulate.
Mhm.
Humanities mostly teaches you like how to do research, like how to gather
Yeah.
information.
Right. Which is useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Especially now that we're very internet based.
Yeah.
sure.
Being able to gather information is super useful.
Yeah. But I mean, AI is making that weird
Yeah.
to bring that back.
Just get good at using AI.
Yeah.
That's
That's the
what it's
future, huh?
become, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in my college education, I think most of our education, school and then like research, the research part of it is just a function of like how good are you at the internet?
Yeah.
How good are you at using internet research databases?
Yeah. That was something I noticed. Like, I just like people were like, wait, how'd you find that info? I'm like, I just Googled it. Like, but I knew the right questions to ask. Like, I
Yeah.
knew how to enter the right words. Like,
Keywords.
yeah, you don't need to type full sentences. You just need to hit the right words and then you get the results you need.
Mm-hmm.
Your Google foo is strong.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, like I'm intelligent in like using Google. That's what I'm smart at. How to ask to get what I want from the internet.
It's
from
a
the
good
machine.
skill though. I mean, in today's society, super, super useful.
Yeah.
They should
But-
teach Google food courses. In
Yeah.
school.
I learned how to interface with computers. Like, it's weird.
For sure.
Well, you take. I think they make you take half a year of computers in high school, at least here,
Mhm.
and that's like one day of class. It should be like half the class.
Yeah.
Well, they teach you way too much of like how to use
Like
the
typing?
Microsoft Office suite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of. It's a weird. At least when I took the class, it was really not helpful.
Yeah.
It was very behind. Like it was just people had never used computers in their life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, at this time, like everybody's touched a computer for their whole childhood was spent on the computer almost.
What's crazy is like there's a lot of shit I don't know how to do in like Excel or Word, like basic formatting stuff, and then I just Google how to do it, and then I'm like, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah, as long as you can find the information.
Yeah.
That's the same for me. Like I took classes in editing for video,
Mhm.
but a lot of my stuff is self-taught through YouTube.
Yeah. Though you had enough of a base to where that information wasn't lost on you. So
Right.
It's still valuable to take those courses,
Yeah.
but you're right. Beyond a certain point,
Because they can't
You gotta
teach you
teach
everything
yourself,
in the
yeah.
classes. Yeah.
No.
I guess the best would be to have like a mentor that's guiding you and showing you the ins and outs of it with their experience.
Nowadays it's hard to get into
Right.
that.
Right.
Like, dude, you gotta.
That's something that's undervalued. Like,
And even then, the software, some people, I mean, unless they've been working in that field, a mentor is hard because they
Yeah.
might be outdated.
sure,
You know.
sure. And you would get that access better in a job than you would in school.
Yeah. Because they're keeping up on it if that's their job.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
like how doctors have classwork and then they also go to the hospitals and
Practical
Yeah.
internships.
And they have continuing education, like even after they're doctors, they still attend conferences and they keep up to date on what's new.
education was crazy.
Yeah.
Like the different layers of it.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Layers.
Players plug.
Layers.
You know what layers?
I don't know about layers.
Oh,
Tell me about layers.
Layers is a delicious place.
It's a great restaurant.
Is that the burger place?
They got
No.
burgers, they got lasagna, they got everything.
Anything that has layers to it? They
Yeah.
got parfaits?
Even things that don't have layers,
Don't
got
add
cake?
layers.
there's layers cake.
But like it's multiple layers. So like the top layer is tres leches, and then the middle layer is chocolate, and then the bottom is like angel food. Or like you'll be eating spaghetti, but then you're like, wait, this is chow mein. Like It's the same food, just
Pretty
different.
crazy.
This
sauces.
is a real place?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
The only thing is, they close for 1 hour out of the day.
They close for 1 hour?
They got to clean.
They're open 23 hours a day.
Oh.
Well,
That's insane.
Yeah, 1 a.m. lights off
Mm.
or lights on, but they're cleaning.
no, they clean in the dark. They wear night vision goggles.
That would be so cool.
Some Sam Fisher Splinter Cell shit.
You look in there, just like eyes glowing.
Yeah, but the three.
Yeah,
So
you
much
know,
luminol
when they can
everywhere.
rotate it.
Yeah.
They're like, "What's that little dirt in the fridge?" Oh,
Why is this room so bright?
They use comms. They're like Charlie team to the fryers.
they have to be efficient to get it all cleaned in an hour.
yeah.
Charlie team, do not go in the bathrooms. Do not repeat. Do not go in the.
There's a briefing at the beginning where someone already observed all that's dirty, and he's like, "All right, this team's hitting
Yeah.
section B.
They have a
You're
sit
going
room.
over there."
And then they go in with paintball guns filled with soap, and they just shoot everything.
that would be so cool. I want to work there.
Dang. I want to be the layers cleanup crew.
You only have to work an hour a day too.
Layered
Yeah,
up.
that's true.
But what an hour.
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
spend
because-
the other 23 hours planning that hour.
yeah. They gotta.
Like throughout the course of the day, they're taking
Yeah.
notes like, oh, this needs to get done. This needs to get done.
Like, oh, there was a spill of oil in this place.
Let's leave it for 8 hours for the cleanup crew.
Yeah.
Someone's
Don't worry,
like,
people slip.
Yeah, the consequence of it is they don't clean anything until then. They're like, "Oh, sorry, I spilled my cola. It's
fine.
okay. The cleaning crew will take care of it."
They'll be here in a couple hours. They'll be here at 7. All right, that's cool. That's like 12 hours from now. That's whatever. Well, yeah. Well.
You'd think that they only clean the kitchen part at that time, but
Every-
everything is filthy until
Yeah.
then.
The restrooms, that's the only time they stock the toilet paper.
Oh. There's like the toilet roll, and then there's the emergency roll, and that's it.
Yeah.
You ever forget to replace your emergency roll?
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just you have to do the waddle of shame.
I
Yeah.
remember 2020.
Oh,
Oh.
did you guys struggle to get toilet paper during the pandemic?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I
That's
remember.
weird.
I remember going last, like once people were like, "Hey, the toilet paper's running out." I'm like, I gotta get a
Mm-hmm.
pack.
Dude, I went during that pandemic. I went to 7-Eleven. The guy's like, "Hey," I went there like so often. The guy's like, "Hey, we got toilet paper, milk, and eggs." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "All right, cool." I'm like, "The hell?"
He takes you into a back room.
Don't tell nobody.
Opens the fridge. He's like, "Want some of this?" And I was like, "Nah, bro, I'm
That's
good."
where the toilet paper's hidden behind the milk.
Behind a curtain.
Yeah.
It's just really obvious curtain, like just right there.
It's right in the
Curtains
middle of
made
the
out
aisle.
of
that-
toilet
yeah.
paper.
It's a total waste.
Why did you make this curtain out of toilet paper?
It's like
Don't
those
worry about it.
those doors that are made of beads,
yeah.
but it's.
Why is this
toilet
braided
paper.
toilet paper?
He twisted it.
He got creative.
Yeah.
Using up all of the toilet paper in the
Did you
process.
make snowflakes? What? I don't understand.
You know who the toilet paper crisis didn't affect? India.
Oh yeah.
Not a problem.
That's what the left hand is for.
hmm Also, bidet owners. That's when bidet sales started going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Everybody's like, "Oh, bidets," and I was like, "I told you, everybody's all jumping in the bandwagon. I told about this 10 years ago.
I have an
13 years
embarrassing.
ago."
I have an embarrassing story about a bidet, and it just happened today. The bidet.
Please tell the
Story.
today bidet story.
So
Bidet,
I was
bidet.
at
Today,
a-
bidet.
I was at Azim's house, like
Bidet.
over there,
I have a new bidet.
and he's a new bidet owner.
Mhm.
First off, how have you liked having a bidet?
It's pretty good.
Is there? I noticed there was 2 dials. One is pressure. One is temperature.
No nozzle direction.
Oh,
This one only does cold, like room temperature water.
Okay. Well, I was there taking a nice urine at his toilet, and I didn't even need to use number 2 or sit down. But I was like, what do these dials do, you know? I was like, surely standing far away, I will not get sprayed. And so I turned the dial super, super slow to not, just let it like see what the bidet would do. And it got me right here. I got sprayed with bidet water, and I was just like marked with shame.
So I will say it's got way too much pressure. It's got 5 little circles to indicate pressure. From off is the first circle, and high is the 5th circle. The second circle, that's too much pressure.
Okay.
Like that's a lot.
You ever take it past? There?
Yeah, it's too much pressure. Like
What, you've done like 3
It's
and
too much
4?
pressure to
I
take.
mean, I went up to 5, and I was like, nope, definitely not, just to see, because like 2's a lot, and I was like, I would say 5 is probably like twice as much as 2. Like it's not like linear, but I'm like 2 is plenty.
5 is for when you're constipated and,
And
you need like an enema right now.
I don't know if it's got enough.
What if you got
5.
really sticky stuff? You know, you gotta
You gotta
like,
blast it off.
like if you just ate. I don't know what we would eat to get that, but
Nickelodeon slime.
yeah, you ate too much Nickelodeon slime. You're done. That stuff's never clearing out. It's bad.
hmm
I'd rather talk about animations that are being renewed that I like.
Oh,
like
what's coming out?
Avatar.
Oh yeah, Avatar.
The
They're doing a
last
lot,
Air-
huh?
Not the last. Well, they call it something else now, like Avatar Legends or something like that. It has a different subtitle now because they're doing a third animation about the Earthbender who's after Korra.
Oh,
That's cool.
I heard this.
I've heard they're doing multiple. I heard they're doing.
Yes,
They're doing
movies
the
as
next
well.
generation. They're going back in time. Like
They're doing. I think they're doing an animation based on Kyoshi, who's already been in the comics,
Hmm.
and then they're also doing one about the adult Aang gang.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Before they
They're
have kids.
yeah, maybe I don't know.
Or during?
when they're adults.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aang started getting down to business as soon as he was able because he was worried about the airbenders dying out.
Yeah. He's got a good point. He's the only line.
Yeah. I mean, that's why Tenzin was under so much pressure
Yeah.
in the beginning of Korra.
Yeah. He's the last Airbender now.
Well, his kids.
Big near. Yeah.
Well, not now. I mean,
Then
yeah, at that point.
modern Airbender. I wonder what it's like on the if they get to like 2020.
Oh, yeah. Like, what would the because
crazy.
it went from like late 1800s to early 1900s, right?
Yeah.
So Korra was
So the
alive.
Earthbender might be semi-modern, huh?
Yeah, because Korra was born, say, around the turn of the century,
Yeah.
in equivalent,
So
right?
that's when she dies.
When she dies, which could-
1960?
1960s, 70s.
That's gonna be weird.
yeah,
Yeah,
And if they go further, that's gonna be the future.
yeah.
right. And also,
more
this person would have been born in the 60s or 70s.
So they'd be 80s.
Like a Gen X.
What?
Yeah,
That's
oh,
crazy.
That's wild.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it basically is modern.
Like watching TV and shit.
Yeah,
That's weird.
Because they started doing TV and like silent movies in Korra.
Yeah, but they're gonna be full blown.
Does.
Like,
everyone has a color TV set.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he's gonna be like Captain Planet.
He's gonna like complain to his.
He's our
parents.
hero.
He's gonna be like, I want to go out with my friends to the mall.
That's so 90s.
You know, they're
I need to go now.
we're going to the drive-in. You can't make me do my homework. And it's just
Yeah.
like it's not even about bending anymore.
It's just that.
sitcom.
It's
It's
just
a teen drama.
It's just freaking the facts of life.
Yeah. I hope, and don't hope that
It would be
that's
the elements of life.
But what kind of threats would that Earthbender person interact with?
getting drafted.
No,
No,
remember he's born in like the early 60s.
yeah.
or
It's
late
taking,
60s.
it's taking place in the early 60s?
No, probably the technology would be the equivalent
What if
of the like
Oh.
mid 20th century.
counter?
what?
Aang lived to be like 110.
You think with Korra's personality she's gonna live that long?
Well, no, did
Freaking
Aang
feisty.
probably no, because he was. Never mind. I take that back. He wasn't 110.
No, he was 110
You-
on the first episode
You're
of
right.
The Last
That's why I
Airbender.
was thinking that
Mm.
number.
And he probably died in the like biological body equivalent of like I don't know 60 or 70 or 80.
Because everyone else is alive but him and Korra, right?
No, Katara's alive.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone, Sokka's alive. All
No,
of them.
Sokka's dead.
Oh, but Toph's alive.
The rest of them are alive. So he might have died relatively young.
Yeah,
You know, he's doing like Avatar shit. I don't remember how
probably
he died.
stressful.
I don't remember how he died. But
Being the Avatar is stressful. I think that's what killed
and he
him.
got in like fights all the time.
He got his heart electrocuted or almost.
That probably took years off his life. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking they're gonna have like ecological degradation as the main villain of this new show.
Oh,
That makes sense because
Yeah.
Earthbender.
Yeah,
protecting the earth.
yeah, and then like the whole like technology bad.
Because
That's like the
thing.
theme of the this episode of the podcast.
The
Yeah.
title should be technology bad.
I'll do it. Technology bad.
That's it. That's the episode name. Technology bad.
Shorter titles have been working better for us.
Okay.
Our top episode is that animals are scary.
Okay.
Well, we
just
didn't even
cut
get
out a
into that
word.
topic.
3 words.
Huh?
We did talk about that too.
Yeah, but
Well-
technology wise.
Yeah, technology
Yeah.
bad.
Speaking of technology, make sure you like and subscribe our video. How does YouTube work? You
YouTube, subscribe it.
comment, like, subscribe.
In that order.
Yeah, and then Spotify, you
Follow.
follow.
Yeah,
you subscribe.
and rate.
Yeah. Oh, definitely rate. us
Heart
5
it maybe a heart.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and
Oh,
follow.
description down below.
yeah.
What are you pointing for? Any?
No, different places.
Leave
Oh.
comments on YouTube, boost engagement.
That'd be nice.
Um,
If you've listened this far, you got a good attention span.
yeah.
You brag
Better
about it in
than
the
me.
comments.
Or maybe you just fell asleep to the podcast.
Just a little bit.
I do that sometimes. Like if I have trouble sleeping, I put on a podcast on like
Our
Spotify.
own podcast.
No, so I'll get so check this out. I'll listen to like this other podcast. There's a couple I'll listen to, and then like I fall asleep. But then Spotify like plays next episodes. But since I'm caught up on those, it starts playing like things that I follow that I haven't heard. Like this podcast. I don't listen to this podcast on Spotify. So
But you follow it?
yeah. So like I'll fall asleep at like 1 a.m. because I've been having trouble falling asleep. And then all of a sudden I hear Steve talking and like I wake up at 4 a.m. and I'm like, why is Steve in my room?
I've
Like,
just been sneaking in.
yeah, and I was like, oh god, it started playing like still unnamed podcast. So
You
like
sleeping okay?
yeah.
It's just like rearranging your
How you
underwear
guys
drawer.
doing?
Yeah. Like I'm like, oh god. And then like I like, okay, I'm pause it and swipe it away and then fall back asleep. So yeah. Other podcasts put me to sleep and then Steve wakes me up.
Yeah.
Steve makes you go.
I wake him up every morning. I go,
Yeah.
Deem, it's time for work.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
I go, thank you.
Time to wake up.
Nick, do you want to plug something?
No,
You want to plug it in? Plug it in.
Green Gardener.
Yeah, you could.
Nah.
Oh,
Plug
okay.
it.
Okay. Steve and I run a business called Green Gardener. I don't know if he's talked about it on this
Never.
podcast before.
Never.
I'm gonna plug that. We make we can't legally say that it's fertilizer, but we make a plant food out of worm castings, a liquid concentrate that you can mix with water and use to water your plants.
It's great.
It's good for them.
It's full of beneficial bacteria that stimulates root growth.
And you can't get it anywhere. You can't get that bacteria from basically any other stuff you get at the store.
Only from worm guts.
Yep.
So it's like compost juice kind of?
Yeah, it's
Refined.
refined compost.
Yeah, basically.
The worms refine the compost.
It gets extra bacteria and better bacteria because of the worms.
Mm.
And we take that and we make it, we process it a little bit, and then we bottle it and we sell it. It's on Amazon.
Check it out. Green Gardener Worm Tea on Amazon. Link in the description.
This episode's sponsored by Green Gardener Worm Tea.
They paid for our snacks.
That's true.
Who paid for your snacks?
Me?
Oh.
And I get paid by the Green Gardener.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, so I guess technically, yeah.
Technically, the Green Gardener paid for it.
Yeah. Before we go, I'd like to plug our tabletop podcast. I don't think we fully introduced it. did
No,
we?
we
Oh,
didn't.
No, we
We
didn't.
didn't. What's the name of it? Index? Card?
Index Card RPG, so it's ICRPG.
Okay.
It's essentially a simplified form of Dungeons and Dragons where it has all the fun things that people like rolling 20-sided dice and going on adventures and things like that. But it just cuts a lot of the fat that bogs games down that you get in Dungeons and Dragons.
So it's like faster paced.
Faster paced, more creative, more story oriented, but still has enough crunch to where you feel like you're playing a game
Okay.
and you're not just like storytelling for storytelling's sake.
And it'll have all four of us here.
Yeah.
And maybe another.
Yeah.
Maybe a guest. We're thinking of rotating guests for that.
I said still ungamed at one point.
That's
yeah,
pretty
that was
good.
Pretty good. That was
I like
clever.
it. Because it's going to be a sub of this one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
on this channel.
Subcast.
Mm-hmm.
Or still unnamed games.
That's our Twitch.
We haven't figured
Table
out.
time with still unnamed.
It's gonna be weekly, right?
That
both,
often?
Both will be
Okay,
posted
I
weekly.
see.
But I think we're gonna like play like a long block and then
And
chop
then-
it up
yeah,
for like
Yeah.
a month,
That makes sense.
just so we don't like, just
We're also to play
it.
every single week, and we'll be
Also,
That's a
it's
lot.
part of the
We'd
podcast.
burn out.
tabletop
Part of the podcast.
fiends.
We're recording the podcast right now.
You fell asleep, but we are still
Are we
recording.
still do?
Yes.
All right,
How long did I fall asleep?
that's it then.
Yeah.
All right, good night, guys.
Thanks for watching.
See you later.
Comment paella.
Hi.
Paella is the word of the day.
Paella is like she's a pie.